Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy JRC Games back with another video for you guys here today. So today's video we're going to be ranking the top 8 maps of BO2 in order from my least favorite to my favorite, guys. If you guys don't agree with this list, please drop a comment and drop your guys' top favorite maps. And other than that, guys, please enjoy the video. Alright, guys, so here at the number 8 spot we have Bus Depot. Now, Bus Depot is probably my least favorite map on this list. It's my least played map. Honestly, it's just not a very fun map. There's no perks, no Pack-a-Punch, only a mystery box. And it's just really not that fun. It's a super hard map just because you have no perks, also no Pack-a-Punch. The best you can get is basically a regular ray gun, maybe a Mark II at best. And yeah, it's honestly just not that fun of a map. Even with friends, it's not fun. And that's really all I gotta say about this map. Maybe you guys have a different opinion about it, but this is just my opinion. I do not like this map whatsoever. Let's move on to our number 7 spot. Here at my number 7 spot, I have Die Rise. Now, Die Rise is a really interesting map, and it's very complicated. Die Rise is just a little too complicated for my liking. The elevators just get so crazy. Honestly, I've never really liked this map too much. I've never really gotten into it. Like a lot of maps, I go on a spurt of playing it a bunch of times over and over again. And this is just not one of those maps. I will say the Sliquifier is actually one of my favorite wonder weapons. It's a great idea, just not on my favorite map, guys. So basically, this map had a lot of potential in my opinion. The elevators, it was cool, but it's just way too RNG for me. Like, with the elevators gonna be where. I just don't really like it. But that's all I really gotta say about this map. If you guys do agree with this, please let me know, because I know some people don't like this map, but I know a lot of people do like it. So just let me know in the comment section, and let's move on to our number 6 spot. Alright, guys, so here in my number 6 spot, we have Farm. Now, Farm is a really, really small map, and it's really good if you just want to get on really quick, get set up, and train. Training on this map is really good. There's pretty much only room for like 1 or 2 people, which makes it really fun to play with 4 people because you have absolutely no room to run around. Also, the grief mode on this map is really fun too, because can you just imagine this small of a map with 8 people? This map on grief is honestly one of the craziest maps. It takes a lot of skill not to get trapped, and it holds a lot of opportunity to troll the other team, knife them, get them trapped in corners and things like that. So, these are the reasons I do like this map. The reasons I don't like this map too much is because there is no Pack-a-Punch. I believe if they put a Pack-a-Punch machine on this map, it would elevate it to the next level. It would make it probably just as good as Town, or a little bit less good. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't played it with Pack-a-Punch. But, yeah. Other than that, guys, this map is pretty quality. I would definitely recommend playing this with your friends. It's a good solo map also, so make sure you guys give it a try yourselves. And other than that, guys, let's move on to our number 5 spot. Alright, guys, so before we begin talking about the number 6 spot, for real, I just wanted to say every map before this should be 1 place backwards. I accidentally put it at top 8, even though it's top 9 maps. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, let's just get into this spot. Guys, so this is number 6 spot, and it is Transit. Now, Transit probably is one of the most hated on maps of all time, partly because it was super hyped up going into it, and we didn't really get a lot coming out of it. But I will say it does hold a place where it is right now, at the number 6 spot, because it does have a lot of cool features in it. First of all, it is like one of the first maps with one of like the coolest transportation systems probably we've ever seen in Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, I can think of a couple others, but this one is definitely above all of them. There's a bus that literally takes you around the whole map, and let me tell you, this is a huge map, as you guys do know. So definitely this bus is very important, and it does hold a new element to the game. Also, the reasons I do like it is because with friends, it's a big map, you have a lot of space for each other. And also, turning on the power is much different than every other map. Sure, turning on the power can be difficult sometimes, but on this map, it holds a new kind of challenge. You have to go down, you have to put the turbine for Pack-a-Punch, and then you gotta find all the parts for power, build that, and it's a super bright room, which I kinda like. It's a pretty cool room, pretty cool landscape. Also, it's just, it holds a lot of mysteries. If you play this map once and you go again to play it a second time, you'll find a bunch of new things, like how there's you can get Galvaknuckles on the roof by Speed Cola. It's just a lot of cool things like that I do enjoy from this map. But the things I do not enjoy is mostly the fog and the annoying ass monkeys that go on your face and you have to knife them off. It kind of ruins the map for me. But if they didn't have the fog, it would probably be alright, because you can kind of see when they're coming, but they just pop out of nowhere, and I just really don't enjoy it. So yeah, that's why it's ranked this low. I do believe this map gets a lot of unnecessary hate, and I do believe the more and more time that goes on, people will start to appreciate it more and more, so yeah. Let's move on to our number 5 spot. Alright guys, so here at the number 5 spot, we have Nuketown. Now you guys probably know Nuketown from the multiplayer series. It's been in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3, and probably going to be in Black Ops 4. But over here on Zombies, it is just as good as the multiplayer maps. This map, it might be very small, but holds a lot to it. This map is very challenging because all the spawn points surrounding you can come out of nowhere, can catch you off guard, and it just holds for a very good challenge. Also, what makes this map so different from all the other maps is you can not get all the perks whenever you want. You have to wait for them to drop on the map. So basically, round 1, you'll get Quick Revive if you're playing solo. If you're not playing solo, you'll get it like around round 3 or whatever round 3. But basically, the perks drop as you go, so you can go all the way up to round 20 without getting Jug. Now, that might sound like a pain, but it does hold for a whole new challenge you've probably never experienced before. And it just holds for a lot of fun, and when you play with your friends, it becomes very challenging too, because the map is just so small that it's hard to hold 4 people. And to be honest, I don't even think I've ever played with 4 people, which is kind of crazy to say considering how long I've been playing Zombies. But yeah, this map is overall just a great map. I would say it's one of the better ones in BO2. I would definitely recommend it to good players. If you're just starting out, you might want to stay away from this map for a little bit, but once you get pretty comfortable in Zombies, I would definitely recommend it. So guys, let's move down to our number 4 spot. Alright guys, so here at our number 4 spot, we have Town. Now, as all of my viewers already know, I love this map. I play it all the time. It's one of my favorites. And the reasons it's one of my favorites is because it's such a quick setup, and it literally has every single feature you could possibly want in a Zombies map. To start off, it's the perfect map size in my opinion. It's just big enough. There's a lot of room you can train in, a lot of different areas, a lot of different strategies you can put to the test. And the perks on this map are perfect. It's basically the normal 5. Well, not the normal 5. There is Tombstone, but Tombstone is only when you play with other people. Also, I will say on this map, it's very good for Grief Mode. Grief Mode, it's very competitive on this map. It's kind of a smaller map, so for 8 people, of course. So it holds like a lot of close quarter experiences during the game. So like you could be in a building with 2 other people and there's zombies surrounding you, so you just got to be able to get out of there, and it's just a really fun time. You're always staying ready just because you don't want to die, of course. You always got to be ready on this map, not like some of the bigger ones. But yeah, that's really all I got to say about this map. I do recommend it to all types of Zombies players, the good, the bad, the normal. Really, it's a perfect map for all of you. It's definitely a good map to start off and learn how to actually, like, be good at Zombies. So yeah, I would recommend this map to everyone. And other than that, let's move on to our number 3 spot. Alright guys, so here at my number 3 spot, we have Origins. Now, Origins, you guys might be thinking, what is this guy doing? Why is it number 3 on this list? Well, let me just explain. Now, I do love Origins. The reasons it makes it a really good map is because the complexity, you didn't see it before. You never saw anything like this when it first came out. It had staffs. The Easter egg was super complex, but also very good. The steps were pretty cool to do. And also, like I said, the staffs were definitely such a great add-in. The fire was my favorite personally, but all the other staffs were really good too. So you could squad up with 3 of your favorite friends to play, and basically you all would be able to dominate with your own staff. So that was definitely a really cool feature. But I will say the things that I don't like about this map is because I would keep it really high, but the thing is, they keep trying to replicate the same map over and over by making all the maps super complex now. So I will say, if I probably did this when BO2, like, when the next Call of Duty was finally coming out, just right after, it probably would be ranked a little higher on this list, but now that it's just, all the other maps are just trying to be just like it, it just doesn't hold the same value to me. But I will say, it's definitely a great map. The only things I don't like, besides it being like a lot of other maps, is that I hate how they attack the generators when you could be training over by 4, and all the way you have to go all the way out of your way to 1. Also, I do think the Panzer coming every 3 rounds does get really repetitive, guys. So those are my only complaints for this map, but I will say it holds a lot to it, a lot I didn't talk about just because I'm trying to get this video in kind of quick. A lot of cool secrets, there's jump scares, it's a perfect map for a lot of things. I do recommend it to a lot of Zombies players, but make sure you could watch a couple tutorials before you do it, because it does get a little confusing at times. But yeah, let's get on to our number 2 spot. Alright guys, so here at my number 2 spot, I have the map Buried. Now you guys might be thinking this guy just ranked Buried over Origins, but let me explain my reasoning to why. So basically, when Buried came out, it was probably one of my favorite maps ever, just because at the time, I was not a very good player, nor was my friends. So we would go on this map, and we would do pretty well. We get to like around 25, around there, and just camping by Pack-a-Punch. It was definitely one of my favorite times ever playing Zombies. I would definitely look forward to playing Buried like every day. I will say, the Grief mode is pretty, like, not too good. They could have done something better with it, but it definitely does still... it's still pretty good in my opinion. Like, I'll definitely always play Grief, but I will say it's kind of lower in my favorite Grief maps. But the reason it makes this map is so good to me is because it's just so different from any other map. Like, I can't think of another map where a person has to open a door for you, as in Leroy. Leroy is just a perfect character they added in, just a scared guy drinking beer, eating candy, and things like that, which I think is really cool. Leroy does actually, he's basically, I know there's a key to the map, like you can open stuff, you can open the cage with the key. I would say Leroy is kind of the key to the map. The reasons why is because he does so many things for you that no other map, like, can really do. Like, nothing even equates to what Leroy does. He can break open barriers to Jug. He can change a drop into something different in the bank. You can just, like, hit your Galva Knuckles on the thing, and he can change it from there. Also, he can move the box for you. He can lock the box. I do think that locking the box is kind of kind of ruins it, like the other box spots. But, I mean, it does hold its purpose. But the map is kind of easy. A lot of people might think that, because it's true, it's a pretty simple map, but the complexity of it is what makes it great. You can play to make it more fun if you don't use the bank, but a lot of people will say, like, you just use the bank. I mean, that's your decision to use it. I know it's on the map, but honestly, this is just one of my favorite maps. It's, has a whole lot of good guns, like the Paralyzer. How could you forget about that? The Paralyzer is just so different. It's not like anything else. You can fly with it. You can obviously paralyze the zombies, things like that. Also, the traps are really cool. That buildable traps. You've never been able to build traps before, well, before this map, and it's really cool. They might be a little overpowered, but who doesn't like blowing away zombies with that hydraulic resonator, whatever you want to call it? But yeah, so those are just some of the cool things about Buried. The maze, how did I almost forget about talking about that? The maze is super cool. Like, you've never had that type of thing going for the Pack-a-Punch machine. It's just so different, like I've said, with everything on this map. That's the key purpose of why I think it's so great. It's different from any other map. You go through the maze, it's just really cool. Once you kind of get it down, you kind of know the routes for the maze, so it gets pretty easy. But when you first started, it was crazy. Also, the witches I don't like the witches on this map. It's just like, do damage to us. Why do you gotta take our money? It's just annoying. That's the one part I don't like, but other than that, I really, really do enjoy it. Also, it does have really cool perma perks. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I kind of screwed up this commentary over Buried, but you know, I'm gonna keep it in because it just shows how much I do enjoy this map. So yeah, let's move on to our number 1 spot. You guys probably know what's coming. Alright guys, so the number 1 spot, the spot you've all been waiting for, the map you all have been waiting for, Mob of the Dead. Now let me just start by saying Mob of the Dead is just such a perfect map. The Easter egg on this map is super cool. I will say it's kind of on the easier side, but it's good for kind of casual players. And the Wonder Weapon on this map is so different from everything else. You can just build it. You can get it out of the box. You can also throw the Tomahawk to get it. You can upgrade it 2 times. One of the Pack-a-Punch machine and one the Acid Gat, which makes it basically into a monkey bomb gun. It's kind of weird. You guys would have to play it to really see it firsthand. Also, the map does have really cool transportation system. It has something called the Gondola. If you guys have played it, you guys have definitely been on it. Basically, it takes you from one side of the map to the other really quickly, and it's just really cool. A good way to get around. I do enjoy that. Also, the getting to the Pack-a-Punch this is probably the best, most complex. It's just most fun to finally get the Pack-a-Punch. Basically, you have to build a plane, which is really, really cool. A lot of the stuff seems really complex at first, but after you play the map a little bit, it's pretty easy. You can probably get the Pack-a-Punch really quickly. And who doesn't like going on a plane to go to the Pack-a-Punch? Like, that's just crazy to me. Also, I do like this map a lot because, of course, everyone knows this map is based off the prison Alcatraz, which I think is really cool. It kind of shows you what it was kind of like, which I really think is kind of dope. It has characters kind of like, my Xbox just turned on, but it kind of has like characters like that you would think would be in a prison, and I just think it's really cool. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this amazing map. Oh yeah, almost forgot, the tomahawk on this map, like, a tomahawk. You can earn a tomahawk by filling up the dog heads, and you can upgrade it on the boat. Wait, no, the bridge. Why did I say boat? I don't know. But you can upgrade it on the bridge just by tomahawking a bunch, and I think that's really cool. Basically, you can earn everything on this map to make it much easier for you, and it's just really cool. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about Mob of the Dead. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, hit that sub button if you guys are new, and keep a watch out for my new streams / videos that are going to come out soon. Let's get some BO4 hype in the comments. And other than that, guys, I'll see y'all later. Peace.